it's me, Rachel Lynn, and yes, it's been a while since I made a video, so I thought it's time to do a update, let you know what's going on. It is the new year. I have not seen you since probably about Christmas. I just thought I would get on here and let you know what is going on in my life. So if you are new here, then well, you're getting an update on somebody that you don't know anything about, but you know what? I watch videos like that all the time on YouTube. Strangers that I've never seen, and they're giving an update on their life, and it's like, oh wow, okay, this person's kind of interesting, because there's a lot of really interesting people out there. So hopefully I'm one of those. But so if you are new, then my name is Rachel Lynn, and I make videos to help keep myself on track with budgeting, but also to maybe help you and inspire you to budget your money better and just live a better and more financially sound life. If you would like to join me on this journey, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment if you're new. I'd love to know if you are just finding me, and we can support each other on this journey. Okay, so 2021 updates. Last December, so like a month ago, I was doing a video almost every single day in December. I missed a couple days, and then I kind of stopped after Christmas because things got a little crazy. I have been unpacking. So, of course, I moved to a brand new house. I closed on this house on December 1st, 2020. It doesn't feel as weird, but it still feels pretty weird. It feels like I'm renting a place, an apartment, like a big apartment or a house. It still feels a little weird, but it's not as weird. So I don't know if that makes any sense. I know one of you commented in a video and made me feel a little bit better about how you've been living in your house for months and it still feels like you're renting. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get there. So in that time, I was still teaching online. So, okay, I'm a teacher. We were teaching in person up until Thanksgiving, and then between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we were teaching online. Students were at home. We were doing everything online. So that was a lot of extra work, but I made it work with YouTube, with moving into the new house, and things around the new house were slacking. I was not getting things done around the house. So once Christmas hit, I was done with the daily Vlogmas, and I was not teaching because we were in the middle of our regular, Christmas break. I just kind of devoted my life to unpacking boxes as quickly as possible. So I had a lot of boxes. So this is the midway point as I was actually unpacking everything. This is kind of what happened. Okay, this side is trash. And then like this side is giveaway. And then these things right here are mine that I'm keeping. And then there's a cute little puppy. Hi, Lucy. She just wants snuggles. Here's what it looks like now. This in here is all of the unpacked boxes. So I have accomplished so much stuff. So everything unpacked. I have 2 boxes over there of stuff to sell. I have 3 boxes of stuff to keep. And then I have 1, 2, 3, plus a bunch of boxes in the other room of decorations. Actually, I think that box is mostly empty, but it's like decorations, Christmas decorations, holiday decorations. One of those boxes has like Halloween and Valentine's. You can see the Valentine's blanket over there. Yeah. So, all of that. And then there's some random t-shirts that, I can't sell and I don't want to get rid of, but I don't want to wear because they're from previous schools that I used to teach at. So not sure what I want to do with those yet. It's nice to have all of this emptied out. It's really great. This is what's left of the pile that was taking over my living room. Pardon me, just being a little messy. I have a laundry basket just sitting there, and then a couple of coats that are over there because it's cold outside. So this is what's left. This stuff needs to go to donation, and not sure if I'm going to donate my Barbies or not. And then I have a couple empty boxes and I'm not sure if I'm going to get rid of them or keep them. So, and then Clorox wipes that fell off the box. But yeah, so all of this stuff still needs to go and get donated. Anybody want an old solar system that includes Pluto? I have like emptied so many boxes, and this is not even what was there when I first moved in. So lots of boxes have been brought as I've emptied them, then I've brought more boxes. I'm still missing stuff. Like, I don't know where my crock pot is. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that I know is missing, so I hope that it gets found in either the basement or the garage, and I don't have to like rebuy some of the stuff. Like a crock pot, that can be expensive, and I would much rather have one that I already have than buy a whole new one. So I'm gonna put that off, even though that would be helpful to me in making dinner. But anyway, I have been unpacking, so you can tell I've been really, really busy. Like I said, online school, once we came back from Christmas break, we had one more week of online school, and then we went back to in-person. And so that's been a crazy transition between like starting school back up again, teaching online, that's really hard, a lot of work, but then back in person the last couple of weeks, that's been really hard because literally a third of my class is online right now. Our school has the option of kids staying home and they join into the classroom on Zoom, and we've been doing that. I've had up to 3 at a time, but usually it was like 1 or 2. Well, right now I have like 5, and at one point I had 6 kids, so that's 5 is literally a third of my classroom. I have 16 kids. They're all at home, and it's been a lot of extra work. So I've been a bit busy with that, but hopefully 2 of them will be back next week, and then I will be down to, I think, 3 online, so that'll be a little bit better, but still. But I am going to try to manage this thing called time just a little bit better. Come back on YouTube, not every day like I did in December, but a little bit more regular. Let me give you another update on what was going on with my house. So a little while back, part of my December Vlogmas, I actually posted a video about my house maybe being a money pit. I wanted to give you an update on what's been going on with those situations. The 2 big situations in that video was a plumbing issue, and then the second one was I thought that I was hearing rodent sounds. Well, okay, let's start with the rodent sounds. I think I figured out the culprit of the rodent sounds. I think it was just the paper unfolding, because I was only hearing these sounds like days that I unpacked boxes that had paper in them, and it was always coming from that bedroom where I'm keeping all of the boxes. It was like moving and expanding. Of course, if I'm on alert, then Lucy's gonna be on alert, and you know, if I'm hearing it and it's actual sounds and rustling, then she's probably hearing it too. So I think that that's what it was. I'm not hearing or seeing any evidence of any kinds of critters at all, so that is good. And then the other big thing was my plumbing issue. That ended up being kind of a big deal. For those that are interested, I'm going to put this in here because I'm one of those people where it's like, I want to see what was happening, but it's really, really gross. So avert your eyes. I will let you know when you can look back at the screen. So just listen, starting now. Okay, so this is what was going on in my bathtub. And every time I flushed the toilet, every time I washed my hands, actually I could flush the toilet once, it would be fine. And then if I used water in any capacity at all, then it would do this. Okay, you can look back at the screen. It is now me and not the disgusting bathtub. What happened was I took a shower, and when I got out of the shower, then I flushed the toilet because that's a routine that I do in the morning. I wait until I get out of the shower because I don't want to wait for the toilet to fill up and the water be a weird temperature. So I got out of the shower, and then I flushed the toilet, and then it all ended up in the shower. And then there was another day where I did not take a shower that day, and I flushed the toilet, and then more than an hour and a half later, I flushed the toilet again, and it would not go down. And so it went down the first time, but not the second time. So yeah, I can't remember what order all of this stuff happened in. I don't even know what happened. I can't even remember because this has been weeks. This is a few weeks ago. But regardless, no matter what, like, stuff kept getting in the bathtub. Now, the first time that one of those 2 things happened, I called the plumber, and they actually told me that they would come out and check, but to also call MSD, which is our city sewer water service It's not the water so much, but they're part of the water company because they're like the sewer section of the water company. And so after a certain point at your house, the city is in charge of what happens. And so if something is wrong with the pipes on the city side, they take care of it. You don't have to worry about anything. If it's on your side, the house side, then you have to fix it yourself or pay to have it fixed. So I called the plumber that did this work way back in October before I even purchased the house. They did some work on the house, which was part of like, okay, so yeah, there's this bald spot in my yard and I have this really ugly clean out drain sticking out of my yard. I'll figure out how to cover that up, but at least if there was a problem, it's fixed. I don't have to worry about it, and there's a warranty. So it was kind of like I was thinking, hey, there shouldn't be a problem because they fixed a problem, so there shouldn't be one. That was kind of like a slight selling point to the house. Well, that was still a problem, but that's okay because when they told me to call MSD, I did that. So they actually came out that night. MSD came out that night because I didn't call until I got home from school on the first day. So this was a Thursday, and MSD came out that night. So the city came out and they said there's definitely a something going on because they couldn't get into the clean out drain to see what was happening, but they couldn't tell if it was on my side or on their side because they went in my clean out drain. They couldn't get in far enough to figure out where the clog was or whatever the problem was. So they came out the next day when I was at school, and they did some kind of scan from like the street or something. I'm not sure what they did because they didn't have a clean out drain on their side, so I'm not really sure how they figured it out, but they had some kind of scanner or something. They said, oh yeah, there's something on our side that is wrong. We need to come out and we need to fix it. That's good, I guess. And so they came out Saturday and they fixed something, but I was still having problems with the plumbing. So I called the plumber back again because they were waiting to see what the city said before they had to do anything, because I didn't want to pay for them to fix anything, and they of course don't want to work on anything that is warranted by them if it's not a problem. So Saturday after the city was done, I was still having problems. They weren't done. They were not done. My plumbing should have been fixed at that point, but it was still not working. So I actually called the plumber and they sent somebody out and they snaked all the drains and they don't really know what was going on, but they pretty much cleared it all out. I'm not really sure. The plumber's not really sure if maybe the city kind of pushed something from their side into my side, because it was really close. I say clog, but whatever was stopping it was coming up in some weird spots when the plumber came out. Well, he cleared everything out. They never asked me to pay for anything because the problem was right next to the clean out drain. It was right past the point that would have been warranted by them, but right next to it, literally not even a foot away. So they didn't ask me to pay for anything, so I am hoping that they just kind of took that as the warranty, that whatever they had to do, that was warranted, even though it was technically not, but because it was so close, maybe they just didn't worry about it. And I was desperate. I was crying on the phone. I was I really need you to come out, because when I called the plumber, I was at Walmart because I couldn't use the toilet in my own house. So I was kind of crying when I talked to him. So I think he had mercy on me, and they came out and cleared it. Once that plumber came out after the city had worked, then everything started working just fine. However, the story continues 2 weeks later. Actually, it was a whole week later before the city came back out again, because they left a big giant hole in my driveway, and where just anybody walking along not paying attention could just fall in and get hurt. Or a dog. Maybe not my dog, but somebody else's dog. And maybe my dog if she's not paying attention. But she's scared of everything, so she usually pays attention. So they finally came back out a week later and kind of filled it in and prepared it. It looks like it's ready for concrete. And to be fair, when they came out on Saturday, which they should have come out 3 days before, they could have gone on and poured the concrete because it was kind of nice. It wasn't raining. It wasn't cold. It was like a perfect opportunity for them to do the concrete, but they waited a whole week. They waited the day before it was planning to get really cold and really rainy, and now it's been cold and rainy the last few days. So I'm hoping that they come out at some point, but even once they do, it's going to be a few days once they pour the concrete. I can't drive over it right away. I would really like to use my driveway. I have issues with parking on the street. I've had 2 different cars hit by other cars when I'm parked on a street, and so I'm not a street parker. Don't do it. So that in all is what has been going on around here. I'm hoping that my house is not a money pit, that things are fine. There's a few things here and there. It's like, this is kind of annoying. It does need to be updated, and I will do that at some point. But I wanted to get through this plumbing issue because I didn't know if I was gonna have to pay big bucks for this. So yes, the lights flicker. Yes, the fridge is gonna have to be replaced soon. The windows are gonna need to be replaced because they are older windows. So these are all things that I have to do to the house. Nothing is urgent. There's no emergency. There's stuff that needs to be done. And I did not want to take out a chunk of change for a plumbing issue that should have been fixed a month before I purchased the house. The good news is I think most of the work was done by the city, even though they told me once they came out and dug up half my driveway, then they said, no, we didn't need to come out. But yet they worked really, really, really hard, 2 days a week apart, but they worked really, really, really hard for not needing to come out at all. That doesn't make any sense. And the plumber also said the same thing when I talked to him, and I was like, yeah, they said that it was on your side and that they didn't need to come out. And he was like, yeah, I think they're lying to you. He was a bit blunt about it, so I'm not sure what to think about the plumber either. But the good news is I haven't paid anything. My plumbing's gotten fixed. Well, I have had to pay for not using a driveway for more than 2 weeks already. It's been more than 2 weeks now, so hopefully that gets fixed soon. Okay, so that is kind of my update, what's been going on with me the last few weeks. I plan on getting up my February budget to just kind of lay out my plans for the budget. This will be the first month that I have to pay my mortgage, so you'll get to see how that's gonna go. Yeah, I missed January, but I just kind of used my December budget and just kind of kept it the same because I didn't have to pay my mortgage yet, because they give you a couple months before you actually start paying your mortgage when you buy a house, just in case you didn't know that. But it has definitely been an adjustment, and I'm just going to continue to adjust as best as I can. One big thing that I have got to get under control, and I guess I'll talk about this in my budget, but oh my gosh, groceries. So now that I have given you my update, I would love to know how things are going for you. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how things are going in your life. And that is it for me for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye.